Mount Tai is a mountain of historical and cultural significance located north of the city of Tai'an, in Shandong Province, China. The tallest peak is the Jade Emperor Peak, which is commonly reported as 1,545 meters tall, but is described by the PRC government as 1,532.7 meters. Mount Tai is one of the 5 Great Mountains. It is associated with sunrise, birth, and renewal, and is often regarded the foremost of the 5. Mount Tai has been a place of worship for at least 3,000 years and served as one of the most important ceremonial centers of China during large portions of this period. Location: Mount Tai is located in western Shandong, just north of the city of Tai'an and to the south of the provincial capital Jinan. It extends from 150 to 1,545 meters above sea level and covers an area of 426 square kilometers at its base. The Jade Emperor Peak is 1,532.7 meters above sea level and located at 36°16 Euro squared N and 117°6 Euro squared E. History: traces of human presence at Mount Tai date back to the Paleolithic period. Human settlement of the area can be proven from the Neolithic period onwards. During this time, 2 cultures had emerged near the mountain, the Dongko culture to the south and the Longshan culture to the north. During the Xia dynasty, the mountain was known as Mount Dai and lay within the borders of Kangzhou, one of the 9 provinces of ancient China. Religious worship of Mount Tai has a tradition dating back 3,000 years, from the time of the Shang to the Qing dynasty. Over time, this worship evolved into an official imperial rite and Mount Tai became one of the principal places where the emperor would pay homage to heaven and earth in the Feng and Shan sacrifices respectively. The 2 sacrifices are often referred to together as the Feng-Shan sacrifices. Carving of an inscription as part of the sacrifices marked the attainment of the Great Peace. By the time of the Zhou dynasty, sacrifices at Mount Tai had become highly ritualized ceremonies in which a local feudal lord would travel there to make sacrifices of food and jade ritual items. These would then be arranged in a ritually correct pattern before being buried on the mountain. In the spring and autumn period, the vassal states of Qi and Lu bordered Mount Tai to the north and south respectively, from where their feudal lords both made independent sacrifices on Mount Tai. According to Zhou ritual belief, the spirit of Mount Tai would only accept sacrifices offered by a feudal lord, leading Confucius to criticize the ministers who offered state sacrifices here after usurping power. In the ensuing Warring States period, to protect itself against invasion, the state of Qi erected a 500 kilometers wall, the ruins of which are still present today. The name Tai'an of the neighboring city is attributed to the saying, "If Mount Tai is stable, so is the entire country." In 219 BC, Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China, held a ceremony on the summit and proclaimed the unity of his empire in a well-known inscription. During the Han dynasty, the Feng and Shan sacrifices were considered the highest of all sacrifices. Japan, India, the Persian court in exile, Goguryeo, Bayekch, Silla, the Turkic Khaganate, Khotan, the Khmer, and the Umayyad Caliphate all had representatives attending the Feng and Shan sacrifices held by Emperor Gaozong of Tang in 666 at Mount Tai. Mount Tai has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1987. In 2003, it attracted around 6 million visitors. A renovation project was completed in late October 2005, which aimed at restoring cultural relics and renovating damaged buildings of cultural significance. Widely known for its special ceremonies and sacrifices, Mount Tai has seen visits by many poets and literary scholars who have traveled there to gain inspiration. There are grandiose temples, many stone inscriptions and stone tablets, with the mountain playing an important role in the development of both Buddhism and Taoism. Natural significance: Mount Tai is a tilted fault block mountain with height increasing from the north to the south. It is the oldest example of a paleometamorphic formation from the Cambrian period in eastern China. Known as the Tai'an complex, this formation contains magnetized, metamorphic, and sedimentary rock as well as intrusions of other origins during the Archean era. The uplift of the region started in the Proterozoic era. By the end of the Proterozoic, it had become part of the continent. Besides the Jade Emperor Peak, other distinctive rock formations are the Heaven Candle Peak, the Fan Cliff, and the Rear Rock Basin. Mount Tai lies in the zone of oriental deciduous forest. About 80% of its area is covered with vegetation. The flora is known to comprise almost 1,000 species. Some of the trees in the area are very old and have cultural significance, such as the Han Dynasty cypresses, which were planted by the Emperor Wu Di, the Tang Chinese scholar tree, the welcoming guest pine and the fifth-rank pine, which was named originally by the Emperor Qian Shi Huang, but was replanted about 250 years ago. Physical features Mount Taishan rises abruptly from the vast plain of central Shandong, and is naturally endowed with many scenic sites. Geologically, it is a tilted fault block mountain, higher to the south than north, and is the oldest and most important example of the paleometamorphic system representative of the Cambrian period in eastern China. Referred to as the Taishan complex, it comprises magnetized, metamorphic, sedimentary rock and an intrusive mass of various origins that were formed in the Archean era 1700 to 2000 million years ago. Subsequently, in the Proterozoic era, the Taishan region began to rise, becoming part of the continent by the end of the era. Uplift continued until the middle of the Cenozoic era. The gneiss which emerged in the Taishan region is the foundation for all of North China. Cambrian strata, fully emerged in the north, are rich in fossils. 6 streams flow from the summit, their water renowned for its extremely low mineral content, slight acidity and relatively high oxygen content. Climate the area falls within the warm temperate climatic zone. Meteorological data is not available. Vegetation vegetation covers 79.9% of the area, which is densely wooded, but information about its composition is lacking. The flora is diverse and known to comprise 989 species, of which 433 species are woody and the rest herbaceous. Medicinal plants total 462 species and include multiflower knotweed, Taishan ginseng, Chinese gromwell and sealwort, which are renowned throughout the country. Some trees are very old and famous, notably the Han Dynasty cypresses, welcoming guest pine and fifth-rank pine. Fauna there are over 200 species of animals in addition to 122 species of birds, but precise details are lacking. Large-scaled fish Varicorinus macrolepis is found in running water at 300-800 m. Cultural significance. According to historical records, Mount Tai became a sacred place haunted by emperors to offer sacrifices and meditate in the Zhou dynasty before 1000 BC. A total of 72 emperors were recorded as visiting it. Men of letters also came to acquire inspiration, to compose poems, write essays, paint and take pictures. Hence, a great many cultural relics were left on the mountain. Gods venerated on Mount Tai Emperor Lord of Mount Tai. The Emperor Lord of Mount Tai is the supreme god of Mount Tai. According to one tradition, he is a descendant of Pangu. Bixia Yuanjun also known as the Heavenly Jade Maiden, or the Empress of Mount Tai. According to one of the legends, she is the daughter of the Emperor Lord of Mount Tai. Statues of Bixia Yuanjun often depict her holding a tablet with the Big Dipper as a symbol of her authority. Yangyuang Nanai is the goddess of eyesight and often portrayed as an attendant to Bixia Yuanjun. Sungzi Niang is the goddess of fertility, like Yangyuang Nanai, she is often portrayed as an attendant to Bixia Yuanjun. Shigandang is a spirit sent down from Mount Tai by Bixia Yuanjun to protect ordinary people from evil spirits. Daimyo The temple of the god of Mount Tai, known as the Dai Temple, is the largest and most complete ancient building complex in the area. It is located at the foot of Mount Tai in the city of Tai'an and covers an area of 96,000 square meters. The temple was first built during the Qian dynasty. Since the time of the Han dynasty, its design has been a replica of the imperial palace, which makes it one out of 3 extant structures in China with the features of an imperial palace. The temple has 5 major halls and many small buildings. The centerpiece is the Palace of Heavenly Blessings, built in 1008, during the reign of the last Northern Song Emperor Huizong. The hall houses the mural painting the god of Mount Tai making a journey, dated to the year 1009. The mural extends around the eastern, western and northern walls of the hall and is 3.3 meters high and 62 meters long. The theme of the painting is an inspection tour by the god. Next to the Palace of Heavenly Blessings stand the Yorken Pavilion and the entrance archway as well as the Bronze Pavilion in the northeast corner. The Dai Temple is surrounded by the 2,100-year-old Han Dynasty cypresses. The oldest surviving stair may be the 6,000 granite steps to the top of the mountain. The site contains a number of well-preserved steels from the Huizong reign, some of which are mounted on Xi tortoises. There is a much later, Qianlong-era Xi-mounted steel as well. Azure Clouds Temple The Azure Clouds Temple, near the top of the mountain is another grand building complex, a special combination of metal components, wood, and bricks and stone structures. From the Tai'an Temple to the Azure Clouds Temple there are numerous stone tablets and inscriptions and ancient buildings on the way. Visitors derive much pleasure from climbing Mount Tai'an. From the Red Gate at the foot of the mountain to the South Heaven Gate at the top are some 6,660 stone steps, which wind their way up the mountain slopes, each step offering a different view. Shiba Pan The Shiba Pan, AAI 1/4 per mile means 18 levels stairs. 1/4 each is the most advantageous part of stairs in Mount Tai. A total of 1827 stone steps, is one of the main signs Mount Tai. People always say, Mount Tai of the Majestic, all in Shiba Pan, Mount Tai of the Sublime, all in a climb-in. Shiba Pan has 3 parts, the slow 18s, C. Pascala, the hard 18s E. telephone are 1/4 per mil, and the no slow no hard 18s I 1/4 AC Steradian E. telephone AA 1/4 per mil. The slow 18s means this period is easier to climb, and the hard 18s means it is harder to climb, which is interesting. Other monuments A flight of 7,200 total steps, with 6,293 official mountain walkway steps, lead up the east peak of Mount Tai. Along its course, there are 11 gates, 14 archways, 14 kiosks, and 4 pavilions. In total, there are 22 temples, 97 ruins, 819 stone tablets, and 1,018 cliffside in stone inscriptions located on Mount Tai. These include the Jade Emperor Temple, the Kongdi Palace, a Confucius Temple, the Du-Mu Hall and the Puzhei Temple. Among the tablets and inscriptions on the top of Mount Tai, the inscription that declares Mount Tai the most revered of the 5 sacred mountains on the sun-viewing peak is particularly renowned. It was written by a member of the Azanjara clan in 1907 and is featured on the reverse side of the 5 yuan bill of the 5th series renminbi banknotes. Another inscription marks the Lu viewing platform from which Confucius took in the view over his home state of Lu and then pronounced the world as small. The wordless stela stands in front of the Jade Emperor Temple. Legend has it that the emperor who commissioned the stela was dissatisfied with the planned inscription and decided to leave it blank instead. Other significant places Abandoning Oneself Cliff, renamed Treasure Life Cliff in the Ming Dynasty, Sun Viewing Peak, Moon Viewing Peak, Lu Viewing Platform, explore the Sea of Clouds Rock. Infrastructure. Visitors can reach the peak of Mount Tai via a bus which terminates at the Midway Gate to Heaven. From there a cable car connects to the summit. Covering the same distance on foot takes from 2.5 to 6 hours. The supplies for the many vendors along the road to the summit are carried up by porters either from the Midway Gate to Heaven or all the way up from the foot of the mountain. To climb up the mountain, one can take one of 2 routes. The more popular east route starts from Tai'an Arch. On the way up the 7,200 stone steps, the climber first passes the 10,000 Immortals Tower, Ahad Cliff, and Palace to Goddess Du-Mu. The climbing from the first gate to Heaven, the main entrance bordering on Tai'an Town, up the entire mountain can take 2.5 hours for the sprinting hiker to 6 hours for the leisure pace. Reaching the midway gate to heaven from first gate to heaven is 1 hour at a sprint, up to 2.5 hours leisurely. To the northeast of the palace to Goddess Dumua Sutra rock valley, in which the Buddhist Diamond Sutra was cut in characters measuring 50 centimeters across, believed to be inscribed in the Northern Wei dynasty. The west route, taken by fewer tourists, is more scenic, but has less cultural heritage. Cultural references. The Chinese idiom Mount Tai and Big Dipper is an epithet for a person of great distinction. Another common Chinese idiom eo per mil co 1/4 ae cubed degree a plus or minus, refers to an ignorant yet arrogant person. According to ancient historian Sima Qian, he said, though death befalls all men alike, it may be weightier than Mount Tai or lighter than a feather. Mao Zedong referred to this passage in the 20th century, to die for the people is weightier than Mount Tai, but to work for the fascists and die for the exploiters and oppressors is lighter than a feather. Rage Against the Machine also referred to the passage in the song Year of the Boomerangs, so I'm going out heavy sorta like Mount Tai. Taishan is referenced extensively in Ezra Pound's The Cantos, especially the Paisan Cantos. Mount Tai is shown on the reverse side of the 5 yuan bill of the 5th series renminbi banknotes. The 1987 album Hold Your Fire by Canadian progressive rock band Rush contained the song Taishan, referencing drummer lyricist Neil Peart's journey to Mount Tai. The daimyo is featured in Sid Meier's Civilization 4 as a religious complex that can be built by a great prophet, thus establishing a holy shrine dedicated to Taoism in the Taoist holy city. Taishan, some of its temples, and the Jade Emperor are referenced and visited in Dan Simmons' book The Rise of Endymion. See also, List of World Heritage Sites in China. References. External links, Taishan official website, WCMC description, Taishan, China on Peak Bagger.